Right, what is going on, guys? JJ Richards here, and welcome back to another YouTube video.
Yeah, we make 'em all
Right, guys, so before we get into today's video, which I promise you is going to be epic as always, please make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, and don't forget, do it right now. Just don't even think about it, just do it right now. Click that subscribe button. Have you done it? Do it. Thank you. Right then, so quick update. So today it is Saturday the 19th of November. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we are one day out from the next bodybuilding competition. So to give you a quick update, last week was when I competed at the PCA UK Open and managed to bag myself a third place plus an invite to represent Team GB at the Worlds this weekend. Very, very happy with how last weekend went. We actually already agreed to sponsor the GPO show, which was on Sunday, which was also the same day as the Worlds. So in my head, I already made commitments with the business before I planned on doing the PCA show, so I had to focus on that. So got back after the show. I didn't really go crazy, you know, you saw we had that Turkish meal when we got off stage, and then all I basically did on Monday was I kept my baseline meal the same. I just added some carbohydrates in, and I maybe had one or two little treats, but I don't proper binge post-show. So thankfully that was okay, because on Monday, I messaged the guys from GPO just to ask them in terms of timings for Sunday, and they managed to convince me to compete. So I always was never going to do the show for the simple reason that I cannot get down to the weight limit for their classic. However, they have convinced me to compete in the Open. Now, let me be really transparent really quickly. So I don't have the muscle mass to carry myself very well in the Open, but I do have a good level of shape, a good level of balance, and a good level of condition to hold my own on a bodybuilding stage. So we're going to go into it again, no expectations, just absolute fun, and I'm really excited about it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you all everything that I eat one day before bodybuilding competition. Now this peak is slightly different to how I would usually do it, and I'll go into that in more details later. Because I'm competing in the Open, fullness is the goal. Whereas normally with Classic, my main aim is to make sure I do have a level of fullness, but I've got a nice, good midsection control, which is always priority. However, this time, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive. So yesterday, we probably did about 600 grams of carbohydrates. And today, we're pretty much going to be doing the same, if not a little bit more. I'm solely going to be basing it meal by meal. So every time I eat, I'm going to go and have a look at myself, pose, hit some flexes, see how I look, see what my midsection looks like, make sure that I'm getting nice and full without spilling over, and we're literally just going to play it meal by meal. I have a kind of blueprint in my head of what I think I'm going to do, but that might flex throughout the day. And if I do make any changes, I'll explain what I'm doing. But right now, guys, I'm starving, hungry, so I'm going to make meal number one. Let's go. Right then, time to prepare meal number one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make something I've recently been introduced to, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of stole the recipe from Brandon Harden. So it's my protein oatmeal cookie. So it's dead easy. What we're going to do is going to have 100 grams of porridge oats, 1 scoop of CNP's delicious cereal milk whey, teaspoon baking powder, 50 grams of blueberries, and 50 grams of sultana. So I'm going to mix it all together now, and I'm going to show you how to make this absolutely game-changing cookie. Right then, meal number one. So here we have it. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. 8 minutes per side in the air fryer, and that just looks orgasmic. And you can eat this whether you're bulking, whether you're on prep, like as a pre-workout snack, as just a healthy snack during the day, or breakfast. Absolute game changer. So what I'll do throughout today is, I know everyone loves macros, so what I will do is I will tag the macros on the screen so you guys know exactly what I'm consuming today. So this, like I said, meal number one. So we've got 100 grams of oats, 50 grams of blueberries, 25 grams of whey, and 30 grams of raisins. So in here, only 11 grams of protein, 95 carbohydrate, and 7 grams of fat. The aim of today is just to push glycogen and try and fill the muscles out as much as possible. We're not really training today. I might go and do a little pump up session later. So the requirement for protein is minimum. So what I'm trying to do is balance the calories out. So pull back in fats and protein and push up carbohydrates. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday was super hard days because cardio was up to like 2 hours a day. Just started to focus on getting a little bit tighter. I was also running pretty much like 30 grams of carbs for those days as well. So yesterday it took me quite a while to pull myself out of that hole. And what I've realised from past experience with myself and clients is that when you do back-to-back shows, that second show you do, your body requires more carbohydrates to fill up. So I've done it before where I've peaked perfectly or peaked like a client perfectly. They compete the next week and they're a little bit flat. So I know from experience that when you've kind of dug into a hole again, it takes more to get back out of it. So anyway, vitamin time. So with every single meal today, this is like my natural diuretic protocol. In the past, I have used a few of I've used Diazide before, and I found that like I don't really find I get much drive from using something like Diazide. So for me, I just like to do this, and I've done it for a while. So every meal today, I'll have 1 gram of vitamin C. I'll also have 500 milligrams of dandelion root. I'll also have 500 milligrams of uva air C. So that's pretty much what I'll have with every single meal. Alongside that, we've got Arimidex, 25 mg Proviron, 50 Winstrol, and right there, if you can see that, 50 Halo Testing. So that's what my morning supplements and breakfast is going to be. So I'm going to eat this now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go back upstairs and close my eyes for an hour because sleep last night was so broken. So I'm going to try and go upstairs, see if we can get a little bit more rest. Right then, so now time for meal number two. So what we've got right here is 100 grams of white fish. There's 100 grams of uncooked basmati rice, and then we've got some asparagus in there as well. So 100 grams of basmati rice is about 75 grams of carbs. And again, like I said, we don't need the protein today, so protein intake is quite low. And asparagus is also like a natural diuretic, so it'll just continue to help flush that water for when we cook water a little bit later on. So I still add salt to my meals. So what a lot of people tend to do is they make a big mistake that when they carb load, they then cut water and cut sodium. However, in order to actually transport the glycogen into the muscles, your body needs fluid and it needs sodium in order to do that. So we're already pretty much like 1.5 litres in today. So I'm gonna have about 3 litres of water today. So I'm trying to get it in nice and early. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably cut it out around 6 o'clock. So I've had the running order and confirmation through for tomorrow, and I'm due to be on about 1:30 tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be mainly focused on drying out, but we will cut water a little bit later on tonight. But I will go through all of that with you anyway. And as always, the one condiment of choice is Cholula hot sauce. So we'll put this on there now. So I'm going to quickly get this in me because in 10 minutes we've got to leave because Finley is going to play football, aren't you, Finn? It sure is. Right. So I must say that was probably the most entertaining game of football I think I may have ever watched. That was very good. 5-5, and Finley also scored a goal. So I've got to go shopping in a minute and buy him some Pokemon cards. But before that, I'm absolutely freezing. The worst thing about being lean is that you have like no insulation in your body, so you are literally always cold. So I was going to make my protein cookie, but instead I've opted for a nice big bowl of oats. So we've got, again, 100 grams of oats in there, 30 grams of raisins, just 25 grams away. So you're getting about 80 grams of carb in this meal here. Then what I'm going to do, got a little bit of work to do, a few check-ins to do, and then probably going to go to the gym in about an hour, and I'm just going to do like a really light pump-up session just to get out a little bit, and then after that I'm just going to sit and chill really. So it's hard, it's like the day before a show, you don't want to be doing too much, but at the same time, if I'm just sat at home on the couch all day just watching TV, it's a little bit busy, a little bit boring, sorry, so I try and keep myself as busy as possible without putting too much kind of stress on my legs, because you do need to rest up a little bit. But anyway, I'm waffling on, I'm absolutely starving. This big bowl of oats is just looking too sexy to be true. I need your guys' help making a decision. So this right here, this is a big bag of posing pants. So let me go through what I've got and let me see what you guys think I should go for. So these ones are obviously my classic physique briefs, which are a no-go. So what we have is orange. Very nice. I've actually worn those once before. Came second, so they've got kind of a bit of good luck. These ones I've never actually worn before. I won these in the competition. These I call them my stripper purple pants. So I've got them little like metal studs on them. Very nice. Or do we go with a good old fashioned basic black, but these have got a little bit of detail on those. Or we have more. Do we go, I've worn these ones a couple of times actually, good old fashioned red. They've actually got like a little sparkle in them as well. Or last but not least, do we go glittery purple? So I'm not too sure yet. Lucy really likes the orange ones. I'm not too sure. So drop a comment, guys, down below and let me know what pants I should wear tomorrow. Right then, meal time. So it's just gone 3 o'clock. Just got back from the gym. So I went to the gym and just did like 30 minutes of just like a light little pump up session. Then just a little bit of posing just to kind of see what I'm looking like. And so far I'm really, really happy with how I'm looking. But I've got a good amount of fullness. Happy in terms of condition. So all I really need to do now is kind of maintain this fullness and then just slowly start to dry out. So the next meal is the same as what we had before. So 100 grams of fish, 100 grams of uncooked white basmati rice, 4 asparagus. So I'm going to have this now. Again, uva ursi, dandelion root, vitamin C. And then this is pretty much like the last of the water. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just continue slowly sipping this till probably about 5 p.m. And at that point, I'll then probably just start cutting out water and then just having a little bit of water with each meal from then. So that's pretty much the plan. So I'm going to have this now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chill out for quite a while. So I'm just going to sit down, put my feet up, do a little bit of coaching work and just chill, get my legs rested. I find it quite difficult to chill because I have a little bit of like ADHD. I'm real hyperactive, so I really struggle like sitting down, not doing anything. So my brain goes crazy. That's why I just went to the gym then, and I went just for a little bit of a walk around the retail park, just get a little bit of steps in, just get a little bit of moving and just break the day up a little bit. Like Lucy, her dad and Finley have actually gone to go and watch Swindon Town play football, just because Finley's obsessed with football, but I didn't really fancy it, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I just want to kind of chill out. I don't want to be getting trains and walking over there and dealing with all that. So yeah, you do miss out on a few bits, but this is the last one, and then I'm good from then. I'm not a huge football fan anyway, so I'm not really too bothered about that. So I think that's the kind of plan, and then what I'm going to do is going to eat this meal, chill out for a few hours, assess what the physique looks like. In my head, like I'm not really going to go crazy now on carbohydrates. I'm just going to let my body digest, absorb all the food, go and do some posing, see how we look, and then from that point we'll just try and trickle it in. So what I tend to do is I'll then switch over to more like protein and fats, just to kind of focus on drying out a little bit, and kind of just support maintaining that fullness. But we'll see, we'll play it day by day, meal by meal. But right, I'm going to eat this, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Right then guys, so it's time for the final meal of the day. So it's about 7 o'clock now, so I'm going to try and have like a decent meal now, then hopefully going to chill out, put one more coat of tan on, so although my face is white, I have got 2 layers on already. Then hopefully go upstairs and sleep. So I'm not going to lie, today I've been totally like zombie mode because I probably slept for about an hour last night, which is so annoying because it's always the common theme with me before a show is I never ever sleep. I always say if I got a good night's sleep, I'd wake up a totally different person. So hopefully, fingers crossed, tonight we will sleep. So let me show you what we've got for tea tonight. So right here, there you go. So like 200 grams of salmon, 100 grams of basmati rice and some greens. Lucy is having exactly the same, but with some delicious sweet chilli sauce on hers. Meal for tomorrow, bit more salmon for tomorrow. A little bit of this to help me sleep tonight. And we're good to go.